Okay, we are. Oh, Zach came on fast. Can you hear me okay? What's the deal with money? Twitter is empty. Their Twitter or my Twitter? I am still invested in money, but I haven't been following their Twitter. I've just been casually watching their Telegram. They're having the Monster Assembly, aren't they? Is that tomorrow? I was gonna catch up on that because I know they've been working, but they haven't like released too much updates. It's one of those things where I normally just kind of like I just wait and let them do their thing. But thank you for the donation. Hey Tafim, how's it going? Nice seeing you again. Okay, I'm just gonna see the. Okay, so the audio is okay. That's good. Okay, so we have some people joining in now, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, Zach. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow, isn't it? So we'll see what happens with that. I believe that they probably won't have too much, I'm suspecting, just because it still seems a bit too early. Because what they're doing is quite complicated. And I think they really overestimate what they could do. But it's like that with all projects. I reckon even the Omi utility program for VeVe, I think even that's going to be delayed. Because the estimate is Q3. I don't see it happening in Q3. Unless they've done a lot of work in the background and it's like nearly ready to go. Hey J-Abs, how's it going? It's Friday, so we have KFC. Okay, so we have awesome. Okay, so we have some pretty cool stuff that's been happening with VeVe. So if anyone saw the AMA that Akil did with Reese, it was yesterday. Apparently buybacks, we didn't get a full confirmation whether buybacks would continue because of regulatory reasons. So people are like losing their shit now. I mean, I was kind of prepared for it because buybacks, like when I calculated it, buybacks were always going to be like a very minimal amount of burn. It was always going to be like Omi to NFT that would burn a lot, and that's still on the card. So let's see what happens with that. I mean, Omi to NFT, I don't see any reason why they would never do that because that's peer-to-peer. Plus, they are going to have the web platform soon. So once they're on the web platform, App Store can't say anything to them. People can transact in Omi to NFT or, you know, Omi to whatever. Tafim, Omi and Money will both tank if we hit recession. Yep, 100%. I think most NFT projects are going to start to die because it looks like we're entering an NFT bear market. Because the if you look at the data, the interest in NFT and Metaverse related stuff has been tanking hard. Like the hype period is over. Now it's all about, you know, what is going to be delivered, what's tangible. Because it happens with everything, right? Like there's that initial period where it's hype, there's loads of speculation, people are FOMOing, and then after a while of nothing, that hype dies down, and then at that period, it's all about delivery. And the hype period of NFTs is now over. Now it's all about delivery. It's like, okay, you said that these NFTs can, you know, be used as like metaverse assets. You know, they can be used to unlock all these things. All right, now you need to show it. So people, when they don't see it, they will sell off for the next hype thing. That's just how it is. So I think most projects will struggle. VeVe, they've kind of proven their use case. I think as soon as like we get more information on VeVeVerse, that's going to solidify them. But the fact that they've gone out and they've, you know, said they're going to be a premium brand for licensors, and they've been doing that. That validates them, so they're gonna perform better than other projects. That's the way I see it. And then, you know, you get some play to earn projects as well, like Monster Infinite, Illuvium, Maxi Infinity, like all of these projects. I think those two will do well, but I don't think those ones are going to hold up too well in a bear market with NFTs and crypto. Obviously, OMI won't either, unless they finally release the OMI utility program, which is apparently is due for Q3, but probably going to be longer than that. Oh, Chaos Control. Oh, it's .cxe. How's it going? Yeah, nice seeing you here. JAB says cancelled from what I understand. Yeah, well, it's not exactly cancelled. I think I would say it's temporarily suspended until further notice, because you know they have to wait on regulatory clarity. When they get regulatory clarity on like if it's okay for them to continue buybacks, they can do it. If not, then you know, I think they should do something else. Hey Flamingo, hey VeVe Assistant, Charles Delgado's in the chat as well. Charles Delgado says, is there a link to the Kaloscope AMA with GoFood when they were talking about food NFTs? Oh, the CEO went to that, Kirk. I don't know too much about like what happened there, because obviously I wasn't there, but I know that they asked some pretty tough questions there. That's what I got told. But yeah, even the Kaloscope AMA, like I'm not entirely sure like what the AMAs are, because I'm not like I'm technically not really supposed to be like a public facing person. Like I'm a developer, as you guys can probably tell, so I normally just like do my own thing. Like we have like a team that's responsible for like, you know, managing and facing the community. But I just voluntarily kind of like talk to people who, because you know, I do YouTube and I've been like a kind of influencer in crypto and NFTs, so people just ask me these questions anyway. But technically, you know, I'm not supposed to be like the public facing person. I'm supposed to be building things. VeVe Assistant, bonsoir, K. That is French, isn't it? Bonsoir. Flamingo, what up, K? How's everything? How's it going, Flamingo? Nice seeing you. Oh, tomorrow's drop. Oh, VeVe Vote's in the house. We got VeVe Vote. How's it going, Vote? I got the I messaged you in your chat. We had the 8-minute rebound today somehow. I don't know how I keep getting rebounds on like the worst comics, because I saw so many going below retail after that drop, and man, like some of these people, the accounts look pretty dodgy and they're eating pretty hard. Q system will help. I'm not saying the Q system is going to improve your chances, because it's probably going to decrease your chances, but at least Q system, you're going to see more, let's say, realistic looking accounts on the secondary market. Yeah, very dodgy indeed. So, the other thing, right? This was discussed. I brought this up in Twitter Spaces today. The VeVe promo code. So, for those who haven't seen the promo code in the app, right? Like when you go to your profile, you should see there's a little kind of thing that says promo. So, I'm gonna like try and pull it up. See if I can show you guys, right? Promo. Yeah. So maybe you can see, right? It's like this thing that says enter promo code. Now, my speculation, based on 2 pieces of information, right? Recently, if you heard in the Akil and Reese AMA, was it that one? I can't remember. But basically, people were asking about that, and they casually mentioned, oh, it could be used to redeem codes that you get with a physical, right? Now, could VeVe be partnering with a company that does physical collectibles? Now, if you were in an AMA very casually, I think it was like a couple of months ago with David Yu and like Dan and Jeremy Padua, Jeremy said that he's open to Jazzwares partnering up with VeVe to do physicals. That was pretty cool, because that got me thinking. I was like, oh, because Jeremy just got a promotion in the company as well. He's like vice president or something like that. I don't know, some higher position of like their toys. So the fact that Jeremy Padua mentioned they're open partnering with VeVe to do physicals with them, and the fact that very recently VeVe has implemented this promotional thing and casually mentioned, oh, you could get promo codes with physicals, I think that would work perfectly because Jeremy already understands VeVe and he already understands Omi and all of the use case with it. So I think my prediction, I'm calling it here, is VeVe is going to do something partnered up with Jazzwares, and if you get like the collectibles in partnership with VeVe and Jazzwares, you get the code to then redeem the NFT version. I think that would work perfectly. That's my prediction. Noah, will any new AR features on the horizon for VeVe? Yeah, we are getting occlusion. So occlusion, for those who don't know, is kind of like let's see, should come up here actually because I'm on the Niantic Lightship site. Let's see, ARDK. Oh, this is really cool. Semantic segmentation. So you can use AR to detect like objects in real life. So here they're detecting grass, but it can also detect trees and clouds and things, and then you can use that to interact. Player, let's see. Okay, so here, this is kind of an example of occlusion. So you can see that that snowball is bouncing off of real life objects. Basically, if that snowball kind of falls behind an object in real life, it actually disappears behind the physical object, so it gets occluded. So VeVe's going to have occlusion. So rather than your Batman kind of always being in front of objects, it can now stand behind real life objects, which is cool. And with LiDAR, exactly what you're seeing here, your VeVe collectible should be able to interact with physical objects. So that's very, very possible. So, you know, if you've got your, if you have your Aston Martin, right? If your LiDAR detects a physical wall, then your Aston Martin would actually be like able to crash into it rather than just going through the wall as it does right now. So that's going to be coming to VeVe for sure. And then I believe like, you know, multiplayer, I believe what they'll be able to do is you can connect, and this is technically possible. They could do it right now actually, but if someone has an Aston Martin and you've got a DeLorean, you should be able to connect together and kind of drive your two vehicles kind of together. So maybe you could race against each other and stuff like that. That is very, very possible. Like you can kind of see the application here right now. It's already working with Niantic Lightship. So there's a lot of cool possibilities coming up with AR, VR, and VeVe. Tafim says, hi Kay, let's say 40% of our current daily secondary market transaction happens in Omi. How much Omi? Oh, I did actually look at that. It was a lot. Like, I think it would burn about 1/6 of the entire Omi supply just from that in a year. And then that's not even including all the other stuff. So, yeah, assuming Omi's price kind of stays relatively stable, yeah, it will do a lot of damage. It will do a lot of damage for sure. Flamingo, the comics really be dropping in supply. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. People are accumulating comics. Actually, I spoke to the Todd father last weekend, so we met up in real life at this UK VeVe meetup. And if you go back and watch that previous live stream I did whilst at the meetup, during my interview with Todd father, he says that his best kind of pickup on VeVe are common comics. And he was like, I swear by common comics, you know. And it makes sense, right? Common comics are very liquid. They're like really cheap, so it's not too hard to sell. But percent-wise, if a comic goes from 7 gems to 21 gems, you 3x'd from there. And it's not too hard to sell a comic for 21 gems. However, if you pick up like a Walt for like 25k, you need it to go to 75k. And not many people have 75k to spend on VeVe. So picking up a lot of common comics is a lot better, in my opinion, than picking up just one big collectible. Unless you want to hold it for like a, you know, for your own personal collection, then, you know, do what you want. Let's see, when occlusion from VeVe Assistant, I think that's coming out as part of the Master Collector program. They said there will be updated AR features when Master Collector program rolls out. VeVe, no more drinking and driving in the Aston Martin. That could be a reason to drink and drive in the Aston Martin. You want to see some AR crashes. Like those make some pretty good videos. Like, you know, getting like like proper James Bond style, like car flipping and stuff. That would be cool. Petty London, Ecomi don't have technical expertise or the team. They are very slow at doing. I think they do need more developers on their team. I think what might have been happening is they've had a high turnover of people. Like, we know Trevor left VeVe recently, and he was a pretty big hitter for them. I don't know what they I mean, when I look at Angel List, right? Okay, so let me show you guys right now. So if we go to Angel List jobs, VeVe. Okay, I bet you they're hiring developers still. Okay, so they have view all jobs. They've got 2 jobs available. See, look, posted 1 week ago. Only 1 week ago, they're already hiring another backend engineer. 4 weeks ago, security engineer. So this is a very recent posting. Only 1 week ago. So let's see, senior backend engineer, 90 to 120k. Let me see. 75 GBP to USD. So this is how much I earn right now. I earn 97k USD. So I earn on the kind of like the lower end of here. But working for VeVe, I think, is going to be like 3 times as much effort than my current place is okay. It's like quite relaxed. Like, you guys can tell I'm not like dying at my work because I'm always on Twitter Spaces and stuff, and like people are like, do you even work? Because I'm always like, you know, chatting with people. Whereas if I was at VeVe, I think I'd be working like 24/7, judging by, you know, how much stuff they need to do. Right, maintain all backend features, performance optimize, fixing bugs, design, implement scalable server architecture, write automate tests. This is all standard stuff. Experience with TypeScript and GraphQL. Okay, yeah. I mean, TypeScript is basically JavaScript. Hands-on management of production AWS infrastructure. I use Azure, same kind of thing. Thorough knowledge of designing, scaling relational and document-related databases. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Strong concern for both security and performance. Okay, yeah. So I, you know, tend to follow something called OWASP. It's like Open Web Application Security project thing. So yeah, I can like pick that up as well. That's fine. Bonus points for experiencing with implementing recommendation, price prediction, or other ML service. Don't really have too much of that. Have contributed to thoroughly tested production application scale. Yeah, that's fine. Excellent verbal English. That's fine. Experience working remotely. Yeah, I pretty much work remotely right now, even though my company's in the UK. GitHub, GitLab. Yeah, I've you know, I use GitHub, Bitbucket, all this stuff already. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can tell VeVe, they're definitely always looking for engineers. I think, yeah. I mean, if an engineer like leaves for somewhere else, that's going to do a lot of damage to them and really slow them down. So it looks like they're kind of doing a balancing act here where they're trying to hire as many people as possible whilst retaining their existing engineers. Because maybe a lot of engineers don't realize just how hectic working at a company like VeVe is. And I mean, a lot of people thrive in that environment, like they love the busyness, but for me, I like my sleep, I like, you know, chilling as well. I'm pretty comfortable, like, you know, what I'm doing right now, and I can kind of do other stuff as well, so it's cool. Noah Will, cool, thanks for the info. No worries, Noah. Clapham, if VeVe gets Tesla, that would be cool. I think, you know what, I think they probably will license Tesla. Biscuits, oh hey Biscuits, how are you doing? I really like your Cover Girls collection, the recent one. It's not Cover Girls, it's the Artist Alley one with the DC, the Hawk Girl and Wonder Woman. Like that's really cool. I like I don't know how you have space for all that stuff, right? Because like my room is packed as hell. Like when I say packed, I mean packed. Like, okay, I'll show you guys, right? So like, look up there, look how many figures I have, right? And then look up there, I've got like more Funko Pops, and then I've got figures here, like, you know, I've got like the Rem and Ram from RE0. I've got like more figures here. I've got like a whole load of figures here. And then if I go over there, look, I've got like Funko Pops all over there. I've got like more figures over there. I've got like Gundams. I've got like, yeah, I've got way too much stuff in my room. So I don't know how you have the space, because I ran out of space a long time ago. And we also have a Wakanda Forever. Chaos Control, okay, don't forget Sunday. Oh yeah, of course, there is Sunday. Taffin, you should work for VeVe and get your bonus in. Oh no, I can't work for VeVe. I think I would die over stress. Petty London, never work in a startup, I'll never work in one. Too much work stress. Yeah, I think it's like you need to be at a certain point in your life, right? You need to be at a point where you're really experienced in what you're doing, because a startup requires, obviously it's a startup, so people need to be startup kind of people, like self-managing, independent, you know, they take ownership, all of that stuff. So you need to already have a good amount of experience already to work in a startup efficiently. And then you also need to be in a point in your life where you're okay putting in like the extra sweat, right? So if you've just like got a family, you've just had a kid and stuff, like it's very, very difficult to go for a startup. And then also, you know, you're going to be underpaid. You're kind of, your value's coming in equity. So as the company grows, you grow with it. When you're like, there's like this sweet spot, right? Like, let's say you graduate uni and you're 18 years old, right? Actually, no, you don't graduate university at 18. You graduate at like 21, 22, right? So let's say you graduate at like 22. And you get like 5 years experience. I would say around that gap of like, let's say between 25 to 30, that's like a good kind of gap to start a startup, right? Because let's say you do it for like 2 years and it doesn't work out, right? Like, it's cool, you're still like kind of in your late 20s, approaching 30. And you can like always just go back to like a normal kind of, you know, big company, comfortable job, and start up a family. Like, that's not too bad. But if you kind of start a startup in like early 30s, it's always very, very tricky. Yeah, so that's kind of like my experience of it. But, or you could wait until you're like really old and your kids are all grown up and stuff, and then you could start a startup. Like, I don't know how old Dan and David are, but, you know, I've noticed Dan's hair go fully grey, so maybe if you're comfortable with that, then that's okay as well. Yeah, Attack on Titan. Oh, I was talking about Attack on Titan with my tech lead. Like, I got him watching it again because he stopped watching it and I'm like, you need to watch it. It's so good now. Like, Eren went from like the kind of, you know, crappy hero to like, he turned into Eren Putin. Like, he just went full on in genocide mode. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna give away spoilers. Taffin, have you used to follow Digimon? Oh yeah, I really like Digimon. Oh, OBL, hey OBL, how are you? You didn't come to the UK last week. Well, you were in the UK, sorry. You didn't come to London last week. I was like, OBL's coming, and I turn up and there's no OBL. I got rug pulled by OBL. But there were a lot of people there. I met Todd Father, I met Tales from Reso, met Skeet, met a lot of cool people. Definitely have to do another one again. Tafim, I agree with your opinion regarding startup. I would be a consultant after 40 low, easy that way. Yeah. At the same time, if you get a good position in a startup, you know, you feel like you're more like you're working for yourself in a way. You're not like working for someone else. But if it's a really comfortable job, you know, good salary, it's chilled, like you're not stressed, then yeah, that's cool. But you have to remember, when you're working in those kind of companies, it's so easy to like just let yourself go. Like, you stop learning and developing because you're just coasting along. If the company ever like goes bankrupt or for whatever reason you get let go, then you're gonna struggle at that point because you've become too comfortable and you've stopped developing your skills. That happens a lot with engineers, I've noticed. It's some engineers, they get comfortable, they learn the code base in one company, they stop like practicing, and they just do what they need to do their job on a daily basis, and then they go to a new company and then they're using some brand new tech and stuff, and like they struggle to get a job offer. It happens a lot. Like, the tech industry is ruthless. You need to constantly be learning. That's why I'm always learning, as you guys can tell. And plus, you know, Web3, a lot of traditional engineers, there's like kind of obviously still in Web 2. They haven't picked up Web3 yet. If you can get ahead, like, you could probably outperform some like senior, like really senior level engineers who've, like, you know, if you've been doing Web3 for a while, for like Web3 based roles. I don't blame Dan for his hair going grey with how much complaining people do. I know. I'm like, I don't know how Dan does it. OBL, yeah man, I'm so bummed I couldn't make this one. Next one we gotta all be at is DCon in September. Oh yeah, there's DCon in September. I'm definitely going to that. I wanted to go to the DCon in April, but they rescheduled it to September, so I'm like, alright, guess we're going in September then. Petty London. Monster has been the biggest disappointment for me. Don't see it recovering. Yeah, I mean, I put in what I was willing to lose, so I'm like, you know, I did buy quite a lot of money actually, but I think it's too early to write it off, because I've seen this happen a lot. Like, so many projects I've held drop by like 90%. They stay there for like a year and then they just randomly pop off one day. So you know, I'm willing to like give it a chance. I'll wait until, you know, towards the final quarter of this year and see where they're at before I make a judgment. Petty London. So in my job, I'm a backend developer, so I work with obviously like the full .NET stack. So .NET 6, Azure, you know, like all that stuff. And I basically build and maintain APIs and, you know, like microservices, things like that. But obviously on the side, I pretty much do a bit of everything. Like, I do some mobile development. I do, as you guys can tell, like Unity based stuff. So like AR, VR, and yeah, I do like a little bit of front end. I'm not like, by a little bit, I mean like I just use Bootstrap to, like, you know, copy and paste stuff and say, hey, I'm a front end dev. But I was learning React at one point as well, so I might go back and re-pick that up as well, because I do want to start learning more Web3 frameworks like TypeScript. Tailwind is also good for front end, so I might pick that up. I wanted to learn Flutter as well. There's just too much to learn. Like, that's the thing as a dev. There's just too much to learn. You're never going to learn it all. So many Americans and Canadians are trying to come too. Yeah, that's cool. I think Daniel Lee, Taps Trades, they want to come to the UK as well. They're kind of like, they want to do a coordinated visit, which is going to be cool. Wannabe Champ Dan wanted to like help organize that one. Tafim, I work for the government. Life's pretty good unless any cyber incident. Yeah, I imagine that would be the case. VeVe Assistant, this is what worries me a little with VeVe's team. I think it's way too small for what they're trying to accomplish. What do you think? For what they do, they don't need a huge core team. They just need like a, you know, they're okay in terms of their core team, I'd say, for now, because they outsource a lot of their work anyway, which can work if you have like a really strong core team, which they definitely do. You know, it's definitely a hit that Trevor left. Because Trevor was very good. I mean, Trevor is very good, but he's gone to Tomorrowland to do a project with them, and he also had his own project that he was working on. So I can kind of understand, like, you know, with VeVe, obviously, I imagine that the work can get a bit repetitive if you're just constantly making, you know, VR, AR models. Whereas I imagine with Tomorrowland, there's probably more variety to in what you can do. And I imagine also the workload at VeVe is also quite high stress, so, you know, it is what it is. Flamingo, I started grabbing more Marvel Mighties lately, especially FA big characters. Yeah, Marvel Mighties I think are a good bet. Like, I really like Marvel Mighties. I've collected all of the Marvel Mighty sets. Like, you don't want to let those Marvel Mighties be slept on. Dot says, I think VeVe's team is fine. I totally trust David Yu's vision. Yeah, like I said, I think the team is fine. I think where they may struggle is where every company struggles, which is hiring good developers. Because I've always said, right, like if you hire one wrong dev, your company could destroy your company. Like it could have happened to VeVe. Remember when they had their smart contracts for their token lockups? One of the developers made a typo in the smart contract. They wrote 20,022 as the year for the unlock for one of their business dev funds, rather than 2022. So the tokens that we're going to unlock this year, they don't unlock this year. They unlock in 18,000 years from now. So that guy screwed up pretty hardcore. And that was when they announced, hey, we've involuntarily burned 100 billion OMI tokens. So there you go, 100 billion wiped from the total supply. So yeah, if you hire a wrong dev, they could do some damage. Also, if you hire the wrong dev, they might be able to like build something, but at the same time, like you never know, right? Like you could have an exploit in your smart contract, so you never know what could happen. Let's see. Petalon, the best advice to be good at one thing like back end or front end, and you'll be get paid. Yeah, 100% agree. Like when you're starting off as a developer, just focus on the fundamentals. Get really good at testing, and make sure your practice is good. Like you have like good practice with like PRs. You're learning like clean code, solid principles, all of that. Like all of the fundamentals. If that's solid, then you'll get along well with seniors. Like you don't need to be an expert programmer because they're expecting you not to know anything, but as long as your fundamentals are good, like you're following good practice, then it's fine. Low-key, I've recently started studying front-end programming, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, the basics, and I'm looking to become a dev. What direction would you take in my position to excel in my career? So what I would recommend is exactly what I said, right? So as a front-end developer, learn how to test front-end. So, there are testing frameworks for front-end. If you're doing JavaScript, I think Jasmine is a testing framework that I use for jQuery. And this was like time ago when I used to do like, front-end for like learning. And just get very good at learning the fundamentals of like solid principles, dry, extreme programming, all of this stuff. Like read books and things and build stuff. Set up a GitHub and just start building things. Build as many things as you can and build it with good practice. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just build something, like something really simple, like a to-do list, or like a shopping receipt thing. I don't know. Because I just did loads of that stuff and it helps a lot. Build a calculator. Let's see. Biscuits, I don't have the Marvel Mighty sets. Lol, I'm slacking. You need to get the Marvel Mighties. Like, don't sleep on the Marvel Mighties. Oh, Millionaire is here. Oh, Millionaire Tees. You have enough stuff, Hoarder. I mean, biscs. M. Walkie, if VeVe were to get Pokemon, is Jeremy Padua or Jazzwest the guy who would give them the license? No, they would not be the people that give them the license, because they are a license holder in themselves. So they hold the license, but they can't reward the license. I think they would have to go directly to the Pokemon company in order to get the license. But if they are friendly with Jeremy Padua, if they've got other people associated with Pokemon, like I don't know. It has Funko does. Actually, no, they don't have Funko. I don't know. Like, if one of their licenses is on Pokemon stuff, then yeah, that gives them leverage. So they can go to the Pokemon company and be like, we also work with X, Y, and Z people. And plus, David Yu's been distributing Pokemon stuff forever. They have Alfred Kahn as well. So I think they've got good leverage. But I think the thing that's going to hold them back is I don't think the Pokemon company is convinced by NFTs yet. There needs to be a very solid use case. And I think that's going to come when Nintendo starts getting involved. And there's this framework that I use, right? It's called Moralis. So for those who don't know, Moralis is basically it's basically a Web3 SDK. So SDK means software development kit. And what I'll do is, if you look at, so this is like a way to help develop on Web3. So I'm using this as well because they have like an SDK for Unity, which is really nice. And if we go to, let's see. If I click get started, is it around here? No, it's not there. Where is it? Unity, Unity, Unity. It should pop up somewhere. If we scroll down. Okay, if I do Morales Unity, does it pop up here? Okay, let's type in SDK. Okay, it's this one. Yeah, Morales Metaverse SDK. So as you can see, right, you can see that they have an SDK for Unity, and you know they've got support for Xbox, iOS, and then build games with our Metaverse SDK. So support is offered on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Windows, iOS, and now obviously because Unity already has support for Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo. So if they create a Web3 SDK for Unity, then by default that Web3 SDK can be integrated with everything Unity supports, including Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, etc. So, you know, that's all cool. And I've been playing around with it. It's pretty good. You can do like wallet authentication. So if you have a game, you could get users to sign in with their MetaMask into the game, and then the game can check for the NFTs. And if they've got like, I don't know, like a character, then you can use that character in the game. And yeah, that's kind of like you know, the kind of basic use case, but I'm sure people can get creative and figure out cool ways to integrate NFTs into games. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that goes. Taxi, oh, Petilan, are you mid or senior? So technically, I am kind of like in between a mid and a senior, but my salary is kind of closer to a senior's. Because recently I had, like a couple of days ago, I had a salary review. So basically, yeah, so I am on, in the UK, I'm on 75,000 GBP per year. And that comes out to like 92k USD. But in London, you know, 75 is kind of like where what you would earn as a senior in a lot of places. But I'm at like a kind of larger, quite profitable company. Obviously it's in fintech, so you know they make more money. The seniors at my company get like 100k GBP, which I think is like 134k USD, something like that. I think it's $1.34 to the pound right now. I think that's what it is. Okay, it's karaoke night in Alex's space tonight. Come hang out later. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll come visit the Spice Daddy. I call Alex, Reverend Alex, the Spice Daddy now. I guess Taxi Corp says, I guess many investors in OMI will be wondering if there will be a replacement for buybacks. I don't think they're like, yeah, a replacement would be good, but I always said that OMI to NFT was going to be ultimate burn mechanism. Like, nothing's going to top that. And when I say OMI to NFT, I also mean OMI to land, because the land is going to be an NFT, so all of that stuff. Ian says mukbang. Yeah, it is a mukbang day today. We're having the KFC. And Dot says, I think 3 separate companies own the rights to Nintendo. Yeah, I think that sounds like right. Say 3 separate companies own the rights to Pokemon. M. Walkie, thanks K. Interesting. I'm part of the New Zealand VeVe group. We are going to have a catch up like you just had in London once COVID finally calms down. David and Dan. Oh, that would be cool if David and Dan turn up. Definitely get them to come. Like, you got to get David and Dan down to a New Zealand meetup because they live there. It's not hard for them. Morales is from Ivan on Tech. Vitalik. Yeah, Morales is good. I really like Morales. Our CTO, like the Kaloscope CTO, he actually has like calls with Ivan, because they find like bugs and things and they kind of report it to them, and they want to use Morales more as well, and they're trying to get discounts, so they're trying to like, you know, get like kind of closer to Ivan. Biscuits, it would be awesome if Nintendo and Pokemon integrated NFT gaming. Can you imagine playing Mario Kart and unlocking car upgrade in NFT form? Yeah, I think that's what Nintendo will eventually do. But I don't think they're going to use like MetaMask or something. I think they're going to create their own wallet, and they're going to make it like really like super user friendly. Like you won't even know you're interacting with the blockchain. It'll be kind of like Nintendo's version of VeVe. Like all that stuff is like kind of hidden from the user, but you have the option to see that stuff if you want. I think they're going to make it super user friendly if they get into like the NFT area. Ivan has grown so much from when you're doing YouTube to starting as Web3 dev platform. Yeah, definitely. OBO, Bickies. That's what we call actual biscuits in the UK. Bickies. Now you've got your tea and Bickies. Oh, we had this debate at my workplace where people were arguing what is the best biscuit. Okay, so for people who aren't in the UK, a biscuit is like what you call a cookie in the US. You know, like those round or square rectangle things that you dip in your tea. So people are arguing what is the best biscuit to dip in your tea, and apparently there's like a proper like hierarchy of this, and apparently like hobnobs are number one, and like bourbons and digestives, they're like kind of like in the top 5 as well. And yeah, there's like a proper list, and they take it seriously. Like they were arguing over this stuff, like what is the best biscuit to dip in tea? Because some biscuits, right, like when you dip them in tea, they instantly go soggy and they drop to the bottom of your tea, and then your tea is like really disgusting because it's got like floating soggy biscuits in it. You want one that's like, you know, you can dip it and it holds its shape, still firm, but it like absorbs enough to tea where it's like, yeah, it's like it's good. Or if it's got like a filling in it and it kind of slightly melts, like, you know, those ones are good. Like the hobnobs. OBO is hobnob gang. Okay, so today in Spaces, right, I also proposed a question. I was like, so VeVe moves in cycles, right? So right now the average cycle is 3 months. So every 3 months the VeVe market kind of pumps. It pumps a bit. And I'm predicting the next pump, the next really big pump is going to be OMI to NFT. Because the idea is a lot of these whales, they're looking to buy whole collections off of, like, not just sweep the floor, like they're going to sweep the collections. And the one problem I had with OMI is when you looked at the top, like, you know, all the wallets, right? So like the top, let's say the bottom 99%, you know, like, you know, on average they had like, you know, a couple million OMI, like, you know. But then if you look at the top 1%, right, like the top 1% held like 100 million plus OMI, like, you know, some of them had billions. And that is a huge inequality, right? And I noticed that, and I was like, OMI out of a lot of projects has a lot of whales in it, like too many whales for me. But, you know, I like the project, so I went in anyway. And a lot of these whales, luckily, I've gotten to know some of them. They're nice people. They're not like pumping and dumping or anything. So now I feel confident in the project. But they are looking to buy NFTs when OMI to NFT is available, because what they want to do is buy like a whole collection when OMI pumps, and then when OMI dips, they want to sell their collection very slowly, like just a few, in order to buy back OMI at like a cheaper rate and just cycle through that. So I think that's a good strategy, to be honest. And I can definitely see OMI to NFT creating a lot of burn, because it's going to be circulating supply burn, not, you know, non-circulating supply burn as we have now. And it'll be 2.5% for every transaction. But also if you do the staking, you can lower the transaction fee, which is quite good. So either way, you either stake a lot of OMI or you burn a lot of OMI. Like, it's going to remove it from circulation either way. Jabs. Biscuit says, where I'm from, tea isn't very popular. And I believe you called them biscuits and we called them cookies. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, like we called them biscuits. That's why I was like, yeah, in America or wherever, like, you know, you probably call it a cookie. Because I know biscuits in the US mean something completely different. I was like, what the hell? That's like some kind of muffin crumpet looking thing, and you guys are calling it a biscuit. Jabs, what do you think is the impact of app deals on the market? Off app deal. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the obvious thing is that we burn less OMI, right? But it's non-circulating supply OMI. So I think there's going to be less off-app deals once MTO is live as well. So I think we will actually burn more OMI that way. Because right now there's a lot of off-app deals happening because there's a lot of cheap gems that people are trying to sell off-app because there's no MTO yet. So yeah, you can't discount that burn will increase when MTO is around. Okay, so when VR chat fan made Hangout Spot, could you make us one? You know what? I want to make one, right? And I can make one, but I need to play VR chat for like a certain number of hours before they allow me to upload, because they don't just let you upload one for like a security reason. So I can make it, but I just need to like play, unless someone in our OMI community, if they play VR chat a lot and their account's like verified, then we can just use their account to upload my VR chat Hangout Spot. But definitely, like, we gotta do it. Like, I'm gonna definitely upload it 100%. Noah will. My only concern with OMI to NFT is the selling pressure it will bring on the price. Yeah, I mean, people are transacting in OMI peer-to-peer, and a little bit of OMI is being burned in every transaction. If anything, it's going to push demand for OMI because more people are going to want to buy OMI to transact in VeVe NFTs, to buy at VeVe NFTs, sorry. Because MTO's got that huge ass fee. So a lot of people would prefer transacting in OMI just to avoid that, 10% fee. Gunter, Heisenberg, KFC biscuits. Tafim, got to go. Oh, nice seeing you, Tafim. See you next time. Have a good day, good evening, good night. Biscuits, yeah, it's very different. Now I need to try my tea and biscuits. You have to try it if you haven't. Like, see if you can find hobnobs in the US. If not, see if you can find bourbons. They're like the rectangle ones, and the ones I get are the chocolate ones. So it's like two kind of chocolate biscuits with like a chocolate cream in the middle, and then you dip it for like about 2 seconds in hot tea, and then it melts the middle a little bit. That's good. Like, it's so bad for you because it's so addictive. Like, you end up finishing the whole pack. So you need to like force yourself to just get like a couple. Sam Gito, aka Photography Raptor. Hi Kay, I made it. Didn't think I was gonna make it because I didn't know you were live. Yeah, you made it. Nice seeing you. Flamingo, what's your sale price for OMI? My sale price for OMI, so by what I mean is where I'll take my first profit. It's probably gonna be, I will take, okay, I don't have a sale price specifically, but when OMI to NFT is out and OMI is trading at least 2 cents, I will probably spend maybe 40 to 50,000 OMI on buying collectibles that I want. That will still leave me with at least 20 million OMI. So, I'm good with that. Taxi call. Oh, biscuits. What kind of tea should I get? Oh, ooh. Okay, in the UK, like the standard ones that people get are like PG tips. You can get the PG tips if they have that. But then you can go like fancy with like, what's it called? Like Twinings, Earl Grey, and all that stuff. English breakfast. So Twinings does a lot of teas, but yeah, PG tips is like the standard one, and then you get like some chocolate bourbons, and then that's all you need. Taxi Corp Electric Taxi says, so no utility until end of the year. Okay, so they said Q3, but in VeVe terms, Q3 probably means Q4 at the earliest. I'm still waiting to see when things get delivered on time. But I can understand that things pop up. So yeah, let's factoring in uncertainty. Probably Q4 would be my guess. Flamingo, what NFTs do you want to get? I want to buy Donald Ducks. I'm trying to buy as many Donald Ducks as I can. I want at least 100 Donald Ducks. Like, you guys can probably see, like, I just uploaded the image. So, yeah, I have 13 Donald Ducks now. I want to be like the Duck Lord in the VeVeVerse. Like, everyone just comes to visit me and see my army of Donald Ducks. Okay. Jabs, why so? Or why see? Yeah, I like Donald Ducks because, okay, so my logic was always, so Donald Duck is the third most popular Disney character of all time. Obviously, Mickey being number one, then Goofy, and then Donald. Although in some places, Donald's actually number one, strangely enough. So that was my first bit of thought process. Secondly, mint size, Donald Duck, there are 3 times as many Donald Ducks than Walt statues. And Walt peaked at about $50,000, right? Now, at 3 times the amount, that means Donald should really be 1/3 of the price of the peak Walt price. Now, that's based on scarcity alone. However, the Walt is a more significant real life statue, so that's fine. Donald shouldn't really be 1/3 of the price because, you know, there's that significancy factor. Mickey being a more popular IP. But, you know, the price that Donald's at right now, which is below 1K, like, if on scarcity alone, Donald should be at least 15, 16K. Obviously bring it down because of, you know, this insignificant, or the less significant IP. No, not IP, but less significant character. Then I would say, you know, a fair price for Donald should be around similar to what Elsa was at. So Elsa was peaking at around about 4K. So I think Donald should be at least minimum 4K, like when the market recovers. So that's why I'm just stacking as many as I can. And plus, Disney Golden Moments, I said from the start that Disney Golden Moments, in my opinion, were the best NFTs on VeVe. And we saw them holding really, really well when the market was dumping. And compared to when they dropped in November, they're still up a significant amount. And it's Disney. It's gonna do well. So, yeah, Donald Duck is my favorite NFT right now. What do you think? VeVe team keeps metadata private and don't provide some? Oh, it's more to do with Immutable X. So basically, they need Immutable X to also integrate some stuff on their side. And because Immutable X is also a startup, they said that they're just kind of waiting on doing that together. So it will come out like the VeVe metadata on Immutascan, but they're waiting for Immutable X to kind of do it with them. Without buybacks, how would a VeVe app run if the reserve wallet is depleted? Yeah, good question. I think what they'll do is, we know that they're going to do primary market sales in OMI as well. I think they may have a mechanism where they burn most of the OMI that they receive and they put a portion of it into the reserve. That could work because we know that land sale, you know, VeVeVerse stuff is going to be conducted in OMI. So there's going to be a lot of circulating supply being burned there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, like VeVe land sale, if that burns like, you know, 1 billion OMI on one drop. Like circulating supply OMI as well. Flamingo, I got Donald off the drop. Ooh, nice, congrats. I didn't get anything on that drop. I got nothing. I got 0. Many projects on Immutable X, all of them got some. Yeah, so those projects, their metadata is on chain. So that's fine. VeVe's is off chain right now. So it's kind of like, well, it's kind of weird the way that VeVe has it done. So the token itself has an ID, and then that ID basically correlates to like the metadata within VeVe. And so they can show that metadata, but they need to like have a separate integration with Immutascan to integrate with all the VeVe stuff. And so they need to do that separately because a lot of projects on Immutable X, they don't have an app like VeVe. So that's why it's okay for them to like just have all the metadata kind of like on chain. Gods Unchained is off chain. So, you know, like Gods Unchained, I think the way they had done it, because I think part of the reason why VeVe had to do everything the way they've done it is their assets are 3D are basically 3D assets, right? And you can't like very cheaply store or edit assets, you know, a high quality 3D in IPFS, for example. It's too expensive. So the cheaper alternative that VeVe went with is they kind of like host the 3D assets privately in their own database. That's why when on the VeVe app, if you get like a Batman, it always asks you to download the file because you're downloading it directly from them to then display it in your app. And holding the NFT is what basically authorizes you to, or authenticates you to download it. So yeah, I think because of the fact that they're working with these premium 3D assets, and obviously they go back and change some of them as well. As you saw, they're making the DeLoreans drivable. They have to like go back and sometimes fix some of the assets if there are, you know, deficiencies in them. You know, they make changes here and there. So yeah, it makes sense to me. But eventually, Immutoscan will integrate all of the VeVe kind of metadata, so then you can see that as well. Like they said, that's going to happen. So it's just more a question of like when Immutable X and VeVe can do that together. Arge, Toy Story, Woody drop. Yeah, Toy Story drop would be good. Curious to see what Pixar powers are going to be. Toy Story Sunday. Toy Story now. Ooh, has Toy Story been announced? Let's have a look. That is going to be a mad one. VeVe, let's go. Toy Story. Are you guys trolling me? Are you guys Oh. Okay, my Sunday is now packed. What is this? Oh my days. Oh my days. I'm not going to get this. This is going to be hard to get. This is going to be hard. Gem squeeze time. Oh man, I do not have enough gems for this. I should not have bought the ducks. I do not have enough gems. Toy Story is going to be a big one. Ooh. Okay. Strategy. What do I do? Okay, things are going to start dumping. I should not have bought that Donald Duck. Let's see the price of Donald Ducks. Maybe I can buy... Oh, maybe I can buy more Donald Ducks now. What are the prices of the Donald Ducks? Holy crap. Donald Ducks are $8.60 now. Man, I should have waited. I should have waited. What have I done? My Pride is not selling. Come on, man. Someone buy my Givenchy Pride. Okay, I'm gonna relist my Pride. I think I'm selling it for too high. Let's dump it. 7.2k is the cheapest. Okay, I'm gonna stick it up for $6.99, and hopefully someone buys it. Okay, Pride is up for 6.9k. Please, someone buy my Pride. Man. Brock's like, you got a friend in me. Okay. I need to strategize around this. What do I do? Do I buy more ducks? Because that's guaranteed. Do I risk gems for Toy Story? That's going to be hectic. What the hell do I do? Just when I thought the gem squeeze was over, you pull me back in. Yeah, that gem squeeze is never going to be over. Man, what do I do? This is going to be a tough drop. This is going to be a tough drop. David, you said there would never be Pixar drop again. Never trust David. Oh, he said never going to be a pizza truck. Yeah, that's true. Not Pixar. Oh, man. What do I do? What do I do? Let's read the comments. Biscuits. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you, Biscuits. It's a super chat for gems. Thanks for being so educational. No worries. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. Oh, what do I do? Okay, tell me, chat. What do I do? Do I buy Donald Ducks? Do I collect gems for Pixar? Do I sell my Pride and not buy ducks and just hoard for... Oh, you know what? The obvious thing would be to just go in and hardcore stack Toy Story, right? Okay, let's have a look at Black Panther, because Black Panther released quite recently and that's a big one. Let's see what Black Panther's doing right now with this news announced. Okay, Black Panther, Secret Rare. Okay. Okay, Black Panther Secret Rare is holding at 1.7k floor. That's pretty damn good. Spider-Man Ultra Rare, what are you at? 5.5. Oh. Oh, Spider-Man is up, I think. Is it? 5.5? I think that's up. Yeah, that's definitely up. That's definitely up. What did I sell my Spider-Man for? Ah, okay, yeah. Spider-Man is definitely up in value. Spider-Man Ultra Rare. Let's see if it dumps lower, though. But I used the gems for that Spider-Man to buy Donald Ducks. Let's see. What is the price of ducks right now? Holy crap. 845. I need to contact I Hate Society and be like, yo, Habibi, buy me some more ducks. I need some more Donald Ducks. Okay. What is the strategy? Do I buy as many Pixar things as I can? Do I buy more Donald Ducks? Or do I just do I try and go for like short-term flips on the day? That's very risky, and that normally very rarely works out for me. What do I do? Jabs, wait until Sunday and buy more ducks at sale. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. Tajik, if you want to stack, just wait. You know what? Waiting 2 weeks until after the drop for stacking, that's such good advice. That's like probably some of the best advice I've ever heard. Because I give that same advice as well. But sometimes I don't always follow it. I'm like, yeah, wait 2 weeks after the drop if you want to stack something. It's going to drop like 50% because, you know, the FOMO is going to be over. But then I FOMO in like a day after and I'm like, I couldn't wait. And then I end up losing. That's happened to me a lot. A lot. Ducks, yeah, you know what? I think this drop's going to be overhyped because it's Toy Story. And it's going to be like, yeah, the ducks will dump. So I just want to pick up some cheap ducks. I'll see how low the ducks go. I'm going to wait a bit. I'll wait until tomorrow and see if I can buy some more. Ooh, let's see. Let's see how much. Ooh, the ducks are down to 750. Whoa. 750 for a Donald Duck. What the hell? These are going down low. I need to buy some more Donalds. Yo, let me message I Hate Society. Oh, someone's asking me what to buy. So I'm telling him that Donald Ducks have dropped quite low because of the Toy Story announcement. So I'm actually going to buy some more ducks. That is my play. I'm going to buy more ducks. Thank you for helping with that decision. So I'm saying Donald Ducks are dropping quite low now because of the Toy Story announcement. Okay, yeah, because I think Disney will recover the fastest during the next pump. Okay, let me see if I can buy a duck for like 800. I think 800 would be a good price. Oh man, someone bought the duck I wanted to buy. I was gonna buy like mint number 6000 and something for 825 gems. Someone just went and bought it. Thank you. I was gonna buy that. Okay, let me message the Habibi. I help society. Yalla, yalla, Habibi. I'm like, yalla, yalla, Habibi. The ducks are tanking. Can you get me one more during the dump? I really want another duck. Get me more Donalds. There's a 9439 for 799 gems. That's a good one. I wish I could get that right now. Oh no, it's at the floor now. Someone's gonna buy it. No, I don't have enough gems for this. There's a 6047 for 879. Oh, yes, he replied. I asked him to get me the 4-digit floor one. Okay, the I help society. He's helping society. He's helping me get another duck. Come on. Oh, yes, he got it for me. Nice. Okay, we got it. We got it. Okay, that is good. That is good. All right, so let's see. What I'm gonna do is, how much USDT do I have? I don't know. Okay. 138. Okay. So let's say I put in 400 more USDT. How much pounds is 400? 400 USD to GBP. Oh, he sent it to me already. Okay, let me pull this up so you guys can see. Yeah, the I Help Society sent me another Donald Duck. So now, how many ducks do I have? That is the question. Let's have a look. I now have 14 Donald Ducks. I have my 14th duck now. I want my pride to sell so I can buy more ducks. Someone please buy my pride. It's at floor. I need to sell my pride. Please. Okay, 306 pounds. That is okay. I can tolerate that. Let's go 306. Let's transfer 306. And let's get some USDT. And let's get one more duck. Yeah, the gem ratio has gone up now. So actually, let's just transfer 320. I think that'll be enough. 320. Pay transfer. Okay, so the play is I am not gonna FOMO into Toy Story because that never works out. I am gonna buy as many ducks as I can. That is the play. Let's see what else is everyone saying. Don't FOMO buy either. Wait until Gem Squeeze word is all over Twitter, then buy your ducks. Yeah, I had to buy one. So I dollar cost average. So if the price of ducks goes down, I'll try and buy a few more. But the price plummeted so fast just now. It dropped by 200 gems. I can't pass that up. That's so cheap. Like 800 gems for a Donald Duck. Like these things, I think these things are easily going to be like 4K when the market recovers. So I don't care if I'm paying like 800, 900, 1,000. Like I'm good with that. It's like, you know, when people were faffing around saying, oh no, R2D2 went from 500 to 700, it's too high. It's like, yo, R2 ended up trading at 8k, and you were arguing about it going from 500 to 700, and you gave it up. Like, I bought R2D2 at 700 because I was like, I can still see R2 going to a good price. I didn't predict it would go all the way to 8k. Like, that was very high in such a short amount of time. But, you know, I'm glad I picked it up at 700. Whereas there were people like, no, it's going to go down to like 400. And I was like, all right, good luck. Okay. All good. So what I am doing is I'm going to wait a bit until I get my USDT to send to I Help Society, because he's always helping me buy stuff that I need. Jabs, looks like you got yeah, I've got direct access to him because I've known him for a long time. He's I Help Society is actually like a big VeVe OG. He was buying Omi like 2 years ago. Like, that's how long he's been around. So he's like an Omi whale as well. He's been on VeVe since like day one. Yeah, when you see his profile and it says VeVe OG, like, he is an actual VeVe OG. Like, he was buying Omi 2 years ago. That's how old he is. Isn't Nemo one of the Pixar pals? You have to first. Ooh, is Nemo a Pixar pal? What the hell is a Pixar pal? Like, tell me that. What are Pixar pals? Let me see. Okay, what are these Pixar pals? Come on. Disney Pixar pal. Oh, you're right. It is Nemo. Hey, ooh. Okay. Disney, Pixar. Okay, they've got Nemo. We've got to have Nemo and Dory. They've got Wally. They've got Woody. Okay. There's... I don't know what the heck thing that is in the back, but I think we could have Woody, Buzz, Dory, Nemo, and then Wally as the 5 dropping. Does that sound reasonable? Man, we gotta get Nemo. We are finding Nemo. We gotta find Nemo. Taxi Corp, no more. Okay. You know what? This is gonna be one of those ones where it's so hard not to FOMO in, because Toy Story hits home, right? Like, I love Toy Story as a kid. Like, I've watched all the films, right? I even watched the recent one with the Forky in it. And I was so obsessed with Mr. Potato Head. Like, you don't even know. Like, I went to like so many toy stores as a kid trying to buy a Mr. Potato Head. Like, if they had a Mr. Potato Head in VeVe, man, I would like I would buy a lot of Mr. Potato Heads. Because as a kid, it just seemed like such a cool thing, right? It's like, you have this potato head guy, you can change his face, his arms and stuff. And I was like, I gotta get myself a Mr. Potato Head. Dot says 5. You know what? It could be 5 Woodies. You're gonna have Woody like this, and like this, and like, you know, like, I don't know, like dead looking, and then pointing, and then Woody without his hat as that secret rare. Or they might make Woody's hat a secret rare, like knowing VeVe. Yeah, Pixar Pal is probably going to be like 5 different Woodies. All in different poses. Yeah, I'm being serious as well. Pixar Pals will probably be 5 different Woodies in different poses. That is something VeVe would do. This is cool. Okay. So we have the Ron English drop, which I think is going to be a bit of a dump on the market. I think it's going to go below retail. It's definitely going to... I'm gonna do the drop and see if I get it, but I don't think I'll buy it. I think I'm going to skip it because I think it's going to go below retail. Because they announced the Disney drop right after, and the Ron English drop hasn't happened yet. So I think it's definitely going to be going below retail for the... And plus, it's like a very kind of... very situational kind of drop. Like, the Ukraine thing is like, definitely I support it, but in terms of like, you know, I guess general significance to most collectors. It's going to be like a kind of very situational kind of thing. Like, you know, Toy Story, that's timeless. Whereas a charity drop, you know, it's kind of like relevant to this kind of period of time that we're in right now. But I believe it's based on existing art, so I don't know. The flower grin thing, like that, I think is gonna. I think that one probably be worth getting, to be honest, because that's his first piece of like grin art. We haven't seen any of his like grin variations, so it's like FA Ron English grin piece. So I think that is worth getting, and at 60 gems retail, I think it's worth going for. The poster, I think that's gonna go below retail. I think that's gonna be like 87 gems or something, like on the secondary after the drop. Woody with dialogue would be so dope. There's a snake. Yeah. Oh, you know, it'd be cool, right? Is if on the Woody on the boot it says Andy as well. That would be cool. Then anyone whose name is Andy on VeVe, like, they'll be pretty happy. It's like my collectible has my own signature. Well, my own name. I don't know how many people's signature named Andy looks like the actual one from Toy Story. Oh, this is a tricky situation that we're in. There is a snake in my boot. There is a hole in my pocket, not a snake in my boot. There is a very big hole in my pocket because I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's too many things to buy, not enough gems. Definitely not enough gems. Okay, my USDT is here. So, ooh. You know what? Brock was right. You need to be liquid at all times. Like, you can't go in and stack something up like I'm doing with the ducks, because you just run out of gems and then this like fire stuff drops and you get the gem squeeze and you're like, I got no more gems. What do I do? Man, that is the tricky thing. Who else out there suffers from this mentality? Like, you go in, you stack something hardcore, and then they announce something, and then bam, huge gem squeeze because everyone's FOMOing into Toy Story now. I'm just waiting for like a big market pump, and then I'm happy, and then we'll see what we do. Okay. Okay, this is... I mean, I've kind of made up my mind. I'm not going to FOMO into Toy Story because I've gone through this before. It never ends well. It's never a good idea, so, you know... Okay, I need to send some USDT to my friend Mr. Habibi, aka I Help Society. Okay. Let me just send this to him and be like, Habibi, it's on its way. Oh, the Toy Story drop is gonna be crazy. People are just gonna be FOMOing like mad. Toy Story drop caused the Bogdanov Damn. Man, like you know Bogdanov was on the phone to David Yu, and David Yu was probably like, "Oh yeah, the market's kind of recovering. Like the Donald Ducks are at 1K now. The Wonder Woman's at like 110, and then Bogdanov's like, probably like, what? It recovered? Damn it! Released Toy Story, and then, bam, the whole market just tanked again." I think they've got too much good IP for the market not to like keep tanking until we get like something really, really big that just offsets massive IP like Omi to NFT. I think we're never going to truly recover because they've just got too much stuff in a backlog that's like proper fire. Like, man, that Toy Story just came out of nowhere. Like, what does Toy Story have to do with, like, you know, International Women's Month, what a day, whatever, Black History Month, whatever else that we had. Like, I thought we were going to see the Black History Month Pride, like the Rewind Collective, because even they said that they were going to drop it, right? And instead, we get Toy Story. What has Toy Story got to do with anything? It's just like a random high-level NFT IP drop that they just like dropped on us. And yeah, I don't know who decided on that, but man, that's going to be a tough one. I hope society's like, we're gonna dump so hard now. We're gonna dump it. Okay, so yeah, Flamingo, Dampit. Yeah, that's basically the Bogdanov. Dot, I got a bounce. Yeah, nice seeing you, Dot. See you next time. It's even harder to choose Omi or NFTs from Flamingo. Yeah, 100%. Stanley, how's it going, Stanley? We'll recover when the user base grows. Yeah. This is such a tricky one. It is what it is, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll probably end it there in a minute. We've been going for like an hour and a half now, and yeah, we've seen some pretty cool stuff today. Like, damn, Toy Story drop right when I get my new ducks. The market dumps, and I have to. This always happens, right? Right after I buy something, I make a big purchase, bam, the market dumps, and I'm like, I could have waited an hour more and gotten it cheaper. Always happens, every single time. Yeah, well, let's see what happens. At least it drops on Sunday. I'm definitely going to be home on Sunday, so it's not too bad. We'll see how it goes, what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, we'll end it there. And yeah, we'll do another stream soon. And then see what happens. But yeah, good luck on the drops, everyone. Hopefully you get lucky. Hopefully you don't get, beaten by someone with a first name, last name, and random numbers. Actually, my username is the same format as the first name, last name, random numbers. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, good night, good evening.